I saw this one on Nick Taylor's channel. What's up, Sarge? And oh man, you know what? There are those of you that keep thinking that this is a joke. And I'm here to tell you that you are free to vote however way you want to vote. It is your sovereign choice as an individual. But when these people keep saying, vote blue, down ballot, no matter what, vote blue, and you see these people that are living in New York City. I am from New York City, born and raised in Harlem, New York, moved to the Bronx, New York. You know what I'm saying? And then I stayed extensively Buffalo, New York. You know what I'm saying? So I know the difference between New York City and upstate New York, right? Where I still am. I still live, unfortunately, in New York State. I think this is going to be my last year. It has to be. I've been praying about it. I'm waiting for the backing of God to get me in order for me to finish my schooling, and then I'm going to have to look for an online job. Hopefully, I've been seeing they've been laying off people in the tech space. That's been kind of concerning for me. So me going for IT, I just saw the brother. He's doing the Python course. I think it's for free, and I will be there taking it. You know what I'm saying? So, but I hope that there's jobs available. I've been seeing a lot of tech jobs being laid off. This is a really weird economy right now. But anyway, yes, these migrants, a lot of them are taking women in the street in New York City. I still watch the criminal migrants, excuse my French, the criminal migrants have been taking, I can't say the word. You see how Nick Taylor covered over the word because YouTube would delete your video. The migrants have been, the criminal migrants have been taking women broad daylight. These Venezuelan gang members. See, those of you who, I don't know what land you live in. You live in La La Land. You live in Candy Land. I don't even live in New York City, and I read New York City news damn near every day. They busted this one migrant. He was giving all of these Venezuelans in these New York City hotels handguns. They have already formed gangs in New York City. There is videos where these people are literally robbing people, men, women, and children in broad daylight, taking their cell phones, taking their wallets, taking their purses. Women are getting taken in the street, and I'm here to tell you, when I see black people keep on saying vote blue, let me explain something to you. This is how you still have the slave mentality. You vote blue. Those of you, Bunker TV, those of you who still live in New York City, this is a long standing practice that when you, as a citizen of New York City, you don't have a criminal record, you walk into the precinct to get your pistol permit application, the NYPD says, we don't have one, you got to come back. We don't have one, you got to come back. We don't have one, you got to come back. Come back, keep coming back, N word, because we're not going to even give you an application. Look it up. I believe the NRA sued New York City, if I remember correctly, to stop them from doing this. They wouldn't even give you the application. You can fact check everything I just said. This is what they think of you black people. You are all N-words. Continue to keep voting for us, N-word. And you want to know the reason why most of the people there have illegal guns? Because they don't want to even give you the application to get you a legal gun. Those are facts. When I was living there, everybody had an illegal Glock. You want to know why? Because they would not give your ass the application. Those are facts. You ask for the application, come back, we don't have one. Come back, we don't have one. Fast forward to, I moved out of New York City when I was 19. When I went to upstate New York, I grabbed the application from my local DMV. Oh my God, you can walk into the local DMV and just ask for the application. And she handed it to me. And you know how fast I got my pistol permit? I got my pistol permit in 2 freaking months. I think it was a month later I had the time and I went and I bought my first revolver. 2 freaking months. No, I'm sorry. A month and a half. They called me back and they said, "Hey, you are approved. Come down to the office and we'll give you your. It used to be on a piece of paper. They got rid of the piece of paper. Now it's a piece of plastic. It looks like a little fucking credit card. Excuse my French. This is how they think of black people in New York City. They think they treat you like you are second, third class citizens, you are N-words, and you are slaves. Meanwhile, a black judge in Chicago said that migrants have the right to the Second Amendment. A black American female judge. Can you imagine this nonsense? Right? Right? No cash bail. The NYPD has left in droves. You are, those of you black Americans that are still there, you are at the mercy of everybody. If you don't have a gun, you are at the mercy of the migrant gangs, any other gangs. The NYPD is a fucking gang. Oh, they are. They're bad. I can tell you some bad stories when I was a kid. Some good stories, yes, but when I was a kid, the NYPD, if you looked at them the wrong way, the cop would punch you in your face. Yes. Y'all want to talk about police brutality now? You couldn't talk back to a cop. We done seen too many cops grab their billy clubs and they bust you in the head for talking back. And they dare you to report them. And guess what? If you went and report them, you know what happened? They'd say, "We don't have any forms. Come back later." Oh, they used to do that. "Come back later, you stupid schmuck. Come back later." You have no idea. So I'm at this point where I'm going to let you motherfuckers continue to vote blue. Vote blue down ballot and get taken. Get taken. Get taken. All you women. On the flip side, I had a very, very, very beautiful conversation. There's an African legal immigrant. He's a really, really good guy on my job. He's on my Facebook. We had a really great conversation. I don't know. He said he got here in 2016. I keep forgetting what African nation. And he asked me a question. He said, "I've been wanting to ask you this question." I said, "Go ahead." He goes, I believe in the Second Amendment. I love the Second Amendment, and I want to get started. And I said, "Great." He said, he asked me to take him to the range. And I said, "Yes." He said, I want you to teach me how to shoot a gun. And he said, "I want you to teach my wife too." He said, because in his African nation, I forget what African nation it is, he said they are not allowed to bear arms, only the government. I said, wow. Isn't that something? And he told me that all of his immigrant friends, they're all Republican. Isn't this something? I think Joe Biden, their tactic of replacing us with all these migrants is falling flat, because every single Bangladeshi that I've talked to, every single Indian immigrant that I've talked to, most of these Latin American immigrants, they're all vote Republican. Isn't this something? I haven't met one that tell me that they're going to vote Democrat. I think Sleepy Joe, I think what he was planning is backfiring in his face. I really do. The Democrats really don't get it. But you know what? You keep voting blue. I can't wait. But you know the saddest thing about it? I just thought about it today. I was going to take my Ruger 1022 rifle, because this is what you train beginners how to use. And I just thought about something. I can't even let them hold my rifle. I can't. You want to know why? Because Kathy Hochul signed into law that you need a permit. You need a pistol permit first in order to buy a semi-automatic rifle. You can't make this shit up. For decades, anybody that was, what was it, 19 to own a firearm in New York State, anybody could walk into a Walmart or any other gun store. You could buy you an AR-15. You could buy a 22, a Ruger 1022. Not anymore. You need a pistol permit, and you need to have a semi-automatic rifle endorsement on your pistol permit in order to buy a semi-automatic rifle. So the saddest thing is, I have to bring my bolt action 5.56 to let him shoot that. Right? And you motherfuckers want Kathy Hochul to be the governor again. This is crazy. Vote blue and get taken, motherfuckers.